Hello everyone, after a long, tiring day, I walked into my home ready to relax, only to see my clock completely frozen. I couldn't help but sigh and think, here we go again. Have you ever been in the same situation? Share your story in the comments below so I and everyone on the channel can see and talk about these seemingly small but surprisingly memorable moments in everyday life. Fixing a malfunctioning clock can involve many different causes, and honestly we can't list them all. But to save time in tracking down the problem, I sincerely recommend starting with the battery. More often than not, the issue is just a drained battery, a small detail that can save you from an entire troubleshooting session. After inserting a new AA battery, the clock immediately started running again. So this time we found the culprit. The issue was simply a dead battery. But today we're not just replacing the AA battery with a new one. The purpose of this video is that I'll show you how to revive an AA battery when you don't have a new one on hand. This is a really handy trick, especially for those moments when you need your clock running immediately and can't just run out to buy a battery. And I know you won't rush to replace the battery thinking that I might have staged the result from the start. I completely understand and support that thinking. So, the next step is to measure the voltage of both batteries using a voltmeter, giving us solid evidence before attempting to revive the battery. This is a transparent, scientific approach that makes it easier for you to follow along with confidence. Not really a surprise. The brand new AA battery I just tested in the clock is fully charged. So it's clear, this battery works perfectly fine. Now let's check the final battery. The 0 on the voltmeter display means that this battery is completely drained. So rest assured, I didn't stage the result. You can verify it directly on the screen in the video. The final conclusion: this battery has no energy left at all, and it's the culprit that caused the clock to stop working. This one's tricky, but wait, I have a trick. The first step is both tricky and simple. Remove the metal casing of the AA battery. Use diagonal cutters to open the casing, then alligator pliers to pull out the battery core. For beginners, this manual step requires patience and care, so take your time and stay calm. You can do it. After removing the outer casing and pulling out the battery core, all that remains inside is the conductive material, which is relatively easy to handle. According to a scientific article I read, simply adding a mixture of vinegar and table salt to the battery core can temporarily revive the battery. When salt dissolves in vinegar, it forms an electrolyte solution that improves conductivity inside the battery, reconnecting weakened electrochemical elements. At the same time, the acetic acid in vinegar gently restores a mild acidic environment, making redox reactions easier to occur. This combination does not fully restore the original chemicals in the battery, but it is enough for the battery to temporarily provide current, allowing a clock or small device to run again. What's interesting is that this method has quite broad applications. It can revive AA batteries at home in urgent situations and can also work with some other small alkaline batteries, useful for remote controls, flashlights, or other small electronic devices when replacements aren't immediately available. It's a cost-saving, waste-reducing, and environmentally friendly solution, since you don't have to throw away a partially spent battery. The mixing ratio is shown on the video screen. If you have a syringe like the one I'm holding, it makes the process really convenient. The syringe allows us to insert the mixture into the battery easily, without struggling or spilling. If you're not careful, the solution can leak and cause stains or redness on your hands or workspace, so working slowly and precisely is key. Of course, we can't just insert the solution and immediately reassemble the battery. While waiting about 10 to 15 seconds, take the time to gently clean the battery core. The core often has residual conductive material, which can impair conductivity after revival. Cleaning it ensures the battery works more effectively when reassembled. To be extra safe, after reassembling the battery, we'll wrap it with insulating tape neatly around the outside. This not only prevents electrical leakage but also makes the battery safer to use, especially in small devices or clocks. A small but crucial step to complete the battery revival process. The battery revival process is now complete. But before using it right away, we need to measure its voltage with a tester to see how effective the revival was. The voltmeter shows a maximum of 1.37 V, which is a decent average compared to a fully charged battery, and this is also the maximum limit of the battery after revival. Nevertheless, we cannot deny that this trick really works. I may have forgotten to mention an important point. This cause is usually minor, but it can contribute to a clock not running. Typically, the battery compartment should be cleaned occasionally. You can use medical alcohol and a soft cloth to wipe it clean, removing dirt or oxidation residue. A small step, yet it helps the clock run smoothly and extends the battery's life. Alright, all we have to do is reassemble it and use it as normal. Seeing the clock return to its familiar rhythm is incredibly satisfying, especially after steps that may seem simple but require precision and care. This battery revival method not only helps you save money and reduce battery waste, but it's also a small, eco-friendly trick. Moreover, going through the steps, from removing the casing, cleaning the core, adding the electrolyte solution to wrapping it with insulating tape, enhances your understanding of batteries and electricity, giving you more confidence when handling small electronics at home. It's also a chance to practice patience, precision, and dexterity, skills that are useful in many other DIY projects. If you found this video helpful, be sure to comment, share, and hit like to support the channel, and don't hesitate to try this trick with other small devices at home. You might just save many batteries that would otherwise be thrown away.